All right, so this is the additional review for the test. Um, you're picking out a pair of angles for each kind. Now, you only have to pick out one pair, but I will list whichever ones I think of. So there may be more than one pair that I'll give you just so that you can check your answers since those will vary. Linear pair, you could say angle 1 and 2. A separate linear pair would be 2 and 3. 4 and 6. And then also angle 5 and 6. So all of those are different linear pairs. Linear pairs together form a straight angle or a line. Vertical angles, those are opposite angles formed by intersecting lines. And so angle 1 and 3 would be a pair of vertical angles. Also angle 4 and 5, excuse me. So either one of those would be fine for your pair of vertical angles. Same side interior, the only ones that, based on the ones that are numbered, would be 3 and 4. Corresponding angle 2 and angle 5, and 3 and 6 as well. Alternate interior, 2 and 4, be the only pair that fits that description. And then alternate exterior, so on the exterior of the two lines and alternating sides of the transversal will be 1 and 6. Using that same diagram, now we're going to suppose that the measure of angle 1 is 3x minus 7 and the measure of angle 5 is 2x plus 13. Well, 1 and 5 are, if we had to classify them, we would probably say same side exterior. They are supplementary. We can see obviously that 1 should be acute and 5 should be obtuse. Actually, I'm going to fix this. I realize that these are poor choices for those angles, so I'm going to say that the measure of angle 6 equals 2x plus 13. Alright, so those are alternate exterior angles, so they will be congruent. And so we'll set the measures equal to each other. 3x minus 7 equals 2x plus 13. Get the x's on one side, constants on the other side, and we'll divide by any coefficient if we see one. So subtract 2x, you get x, and then add 7, you get 20. So x is 20. That's part of what we wanted to find. We want to find the value of x. And then we also want to find the value of, or the measure of, angle 1. So angle 1 is equal to 3x minus 7. 3 times 20 minus 7. So we get 60 minus 7, 53 degrees for the measure of angle 1. And by the way, angle 6 would equal 53 degrees as well. So we found x and we found the measure of angle 1. All right, here we're told that angle 3 is 57 degrees, and we want to find the measure of angle 4. 3 and 4 are same side interior, those are supplementary. So we can say the measure of angle 4 plus 57 has to equal 180. Subtract 57 from each side, and we see that the measure of angle 4 equals 123. So we found the measure of angle 4. Number 9, we've got vertical angles. Vertical angles are always congruent, so we can set them equal to each other. Get the variables on one side, constants on the other side. I'll add 47 to each side, and we get 55. So x is 55, that's part of what we want to find. Now we want to substitute that in to find the angle measures. So 3 times 55 minus 47. 3 times 55 is 165 minus 47 gives us 118. Yeah. And so this other angle will be 118 as well. If you want, you can substitute it in just kind of as a way of checking. 2 times 55 is 110, 110 plus 8, 118. So we do get 118 for both of the angle measures, the ones that are labeled, and we found x to be 55. Number 10, we've got expressions for each of the angles in a triangle, and the angles in a triangle add up to 180. So you could say x plus 3x plus 2x equals 180 and solve that. Other people may just focus on this linear pair here and add those together to get 180 as well. Either way, you will get the same value for x. So you'll have 6x equals 180 and then divide by 6. And so x is 30. Same type of thing here. When you add 1x plus 3x plus 2x, it's 6x. All right, so we get x is 30. Now to find the measure of each numbered angle, of course this one's 30. If we double it, we get 60 over here. And then if we triple it, we get 90 over here. And then 5 times 30 gives us 150 over here. So we found the value of x and the value of each of the numbered angle, or each of the labeled angles. Number 11, we've got an external angle in this triangle, so that's equal to the two remote interior angles. So 119 is equal to z plus 43. Subtract 43 from each side. And so z is equal to 76. Let's see, x, that's an external angle in this triangle. So it's equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. So add those together and you get 111. So we have x, we have z, now we got to find y. And you may notice that this one is an external angle in this triangle. So you could say 66 is equal to y plus 30. Subtract 30 and you have the value of y. So we have x, y, and z. There are a few other ways that you can solve those for x, y, and z. Number 12, we're trying to find the value of x and w. What I'm noticing about x is that it's part of this big triangle. It's an angle in the big triangle. And so x plus 56 plus this third angle is made up of 44 plus 31, so that's 75 degrees. Sum of the angles in a triangle add up to 180. We'll add the two that we know, 56 and 75. You get 131. So we have x. And now notice that w is an external angle to the triangle, so you can say w equals 75 plus 49. Or if you notice that W is a linear pair with the 56, you can say that W plus 56 has to equal 180. Subtract 56. So we get 124. You can kind of verify that by saying by adding the 75 and 49 together to make sure it equals that. Sure enough, we get 124 as well. So we found the value of both x and w. All right, in order to determine perpendicular lines, we need to know the slopes of each line. These are all in slope-intercept, so the slope of line A is -5, that's a fraction -5/1. Slope of line B is 5/1. Slope of line C is 2/1. And the slope of line D is -1/5. Now, which of these are opposite reciprocal slopes? Opposite means change sign. Reciprocal means flip. So hopefully you're noticing that these two are opposite reciprocals. Another way to determine that is you would take those fractions, those slopes, and multiply them together and see if we get -1. 5 times -1 is -5. 1 times 5 is 5. -5 divided by -5, -5 divided by +5 is -1. So the lines that are perpendicular are B and D. Notice that it's saying which two lines, so make sure you circle both of those. A line itself can't be perpendicular, it has to have a second line with it. All right, to determine if these are parallel, we need to know the slopes. So find 2 points on line A and do rise over run. Rise 2, run 3. So the slope of line A is 2/3. For line B, locate 2 points. We rise or run, we rise 3, we run 4. So the slope of line B is 3/4. So these are not equal, and so since they don't have equal slopes, we would say they are not parallel lines. Are the lines parallel? No, because the slopes are not equal. Trying to select all the things that are true. So all that apply. So we can select more than one answer here. So let's just kind of try to find the measure of angle 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then look at these choices and see which ones we know are true. So I see some vertical angles here. So angle 1 is 60. It says N is parallel to M. So these are parallel lines. So corresponding angles will be congruent. So each of these will be 20. We have some alternate interior angles over here, 1 and 4. So each of those will be 60. And then this angle 3, if you add it to the 2 and the 4, you get 180, because together they form a straight angle. So 20 plus the measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 4, which is 60, equals 180. Combine like terms. Subtract 80 from each side. All right, so we found the measure of each of these numbered angles. And now let's see which ones of these are true. Angle 1 is 80, that is not true. Angle 1 is 60. Angle 2 is 20, that's correct. Angle 3 plus angle 1 is 160. 3 is 100, 1 is 60, so they do add up to 160. And then angle 1 and angle 4, those measures are equal, that is true. So all three of these are part of what we would circle because they are true. They apply to this situation. All right, notice we have the given information. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, and C is parallel to D. All right, since C is parallel to D, then we know these corresponding angles will be congruent. Since we have parallel lines, we know the corresponding angles are congruent, and then we put that together with the first statement, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, we can say that angle 1 and 2 must be congruent by substitution. Or you could say some transitive property. Now that we see 1 and 2 are congruent, then we know those lines A and B are parallel. So A must be parallel to B because corresponding angles are congruent. If corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. So hopefully this additional review will help you prepare for that test. Until next time, see you.